Welcome to the Bougie Multipreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Hillary Heschauer Jones. Tune into my show where we discuss how to attract more money so you can spend more money. Hello, welcome back to the Bougie Multipreneur. I'm your host, Dr. Hillary Heschauer Jones. Today, I want to talk to you about being on the road. Literally, think of yourself in an RV. So funny but true. I'm going to tell you this story and kind of the life lessons I learned. And as I've been telling this story to friends and colleagues, I realized there's a really great message in there. And we all agree at the end of my story, this great message. And I thought, I'm going to put this on the podcast because it's kind of funny and maybe you'll relate and maybe you'll learn something and be like, yep, okay. But let me tell you about driving an RV with your kids and really getting outside your comfort zone. So I, for some reason, bid on this auction item for an RV for Make-A-Wish Foundation. I thought it was going to be this great thing that I was going to do with my family, my husband and kids. We were going to go into some luxury RV campground 3 hours away. And then my husband's like, oh, I don't want to go. And I was like, oh, great. I've already paid for this. So I rented this RV for my kids and I. They, by the way, at the time were 9 and 14. And I was thinking, oh, it's like an RV. It'll be like a small little mini bus. I'm sure I can handle it. Oh, no. Picture coming to this RV like rental place, you guys. And the RV is at its full extended. It's got 2 large canopies protruding out. It's like the size of a semi. It sits up as high as a semi. It sleeps like 6 people. It's huge. And I was like, oh, this is it. They're like, yeah, you got the green monster or something like that. And I was like, oh, shoot me now. I have agreed to all of this. Things are packed. The kids know about it. When you tell the kids something, can't back down. And I've paid for everything. And something about me is if I pay for something, I'll do it. Hence why other things in my life, like working out, I always have to pay for it because then I'll be more apt to do it, right? So, okay, I digress. Back to this RV. It's massive. And I've never driven in an RV. I've never ridden in an RV. I know nothing about RV life. So I pick it up and it's massive. It takes up the whole lane width. I'm on a highway back home, taking this home so we can load it up. And I am so scared. I get honked at because probably I was swerving. It doesn't drive like a car. It's bumpy. It jerks around. You literally have to have 2 hands on the wheel. I'm sitting at the height with semis. I could look out the window for a brief second because I got to keep my eyes on the road. I look out the window and there's like RVs at the height of my vehicle. I've never driven a vehicle that tall and massive. So we load it up and the next day we drive 3 hours away in this RV. And I have my 14-year-old in the front helping me because I can't see. I know that there's like cameras and all this stuff, but they're like fuzzy or clouded or there's condensation on them. I don't know. I can't see. I'm just like, Jesus, take the wheel. I'm just going to turn now and I hope someone slows down because it also, if you've ever driven an RV, you know that it doesn't go fast. I mean, the amount of effort to take off after a stop sign is ridiculous. Why do we even have RVs? I don't know. It's so slow. And it was so scary, everyone. By the time I get to this RV park 3 hours later, right? Because of course I would not stop. I was so scared. Even before we get to the RV park, we hit a bump. The fridge opens and everything falls out of the fridge. There's water everywhere and my kids have to clean it up because I'm not going to stop. I'm too scared. We just need to get there to this RV park. We get to the park and I pull in and I was like, can someone please come help me hook up the water and the electricity? And they're like, oh yeah, it's super easy. There's a plug. I was like, yeah. I'm done. I'm done. I'm spent for the day. Like my brain is no more. I'm at my peak level of frazzleness. can someone come help me hook this up? I'm like, oh, sure, of course, we'll get the maintenance to come down there. Minutes later, the maintenance to like just graduated from high school maintenance guys come and they're hooking things up. Oh, you just do that. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done for the day. They're like, are you here by yourself? It's like, I mean, my kids are in the RV. At this point, they haven't come out of the RV. They're probably just as frazzled as I am. It's, mid 90 degrees. We've never done an RV park. We're hooking up water. I'm putting jacks down because apparently you have to put jacks down to keep it steady and level before you extend the RV. Oh my gosh. And then I have to put out these large canopies. And then the real fun happens. Oh, we get to build a charcoal fire and cook outside in the 90 some degree heat. And then of course we got to do the fire because we got to roast marshmallows and s'mores and stuff. And I'm telling you, the whole time I'm like super frazzled. My hands are probably shaking. And I think to myself, I'm doing this. I did it. I've made it here. I can relax. And my kids are happy, right? But was I like super outside my comfort zone? Yes. And when people ask me to this day, like, how was it? I was like, I'm never doing it again. We had fun. I drove it. I did it. I will never do it again. I don't even know if I'll ride in one, maybe, but it was so like scary. My kids are like, no, we don't want to do that. And it was really nice inside. Like, the RV was super nice. It was newer. I don't know, you guys. There was like 2 TVs inside. There was a fire, like electric fire inside. There was a huge TV outside of it. So it was a really nice RV, but it was so scary. So now I'm thinking as I've made it back, which was also terrifying coming back, let me tell you. Luckily, the only saving grace is I did not have to stop for gas because I was like, how am I going to pull this giant thing into a gas station and not hit anything? I don't even know how tall it is. I'm sure it'd like take off the top of something. So we make it back and I think to myself, like, all right, hey self, you did it. Nice job, pat on the back. Everyone was so proud of me, blah, 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 blah. Kids were somewhat happy. They said, yeah, it was okay. But I was like, what are some life lessons, right? Because when you step outside your comfort zone, like, what are you trying to learn? And after the event of it, now I can look back and see, like, what am I learning, right? I did it. And with a lot of things in my life, and I'm sure you can relate, sometimes you just have to, quote, rip off the Band-Aid and just do it. You have to jump in feet first, just do it. And like this RV trip and like most things in business, you just jump and do it because you are capable of doing it. You just are uncomfortable to do it and you're scared, right? I was definitely scared. I had a lot of anxiety about it. Totally second guess, like, should I even be doing this? But then I was like, if I told you how much I spent on this RV trip, you guys would be shocked. But I was like, I am not wasting all that money. We are doing it, and I think that it's kind of like a metaphor for our lives that sometimes we need to just take it by the wheel. We need to do it, right? Even if you don't feel ready to start something or do something, don't let the feeling of like, I'm not capable of doing it, hold you back, right? Or your confidence, you're not confident in yourself to do it. I felt like, for instance, when I was driving, every hour I was more confident in the drive, right? And then when I came back home, I was definitely more confident in RV driving, although I'll never do it again. But I think the same thing is with business and in parenting, just in life, right? It's the confidence when you keep doing it over and over again and you see that you can do it and you are capable of doing it. And then sometimes our comfort zones are great and we're cozy and life is good. But have you heard of the saying that like nothing grows in like a comfy comfort zone, right? Like it's too cozy. Sometimes you have to step out of that comfort zone and do something to shake it up a bit, right? And so think about things in like your life and business, like that you're scared to do or worried about doing, you lack confidence, but it would probably propel you in business and life. maybe now's the time to step out of it and just jump and do it and just say, okay, I'm going to do it. And even if you have to pay for it, right? Sometimes, like, as you guys know, I'm a business coach also, hiring a business coach can be scary too because it's money. But if you have something you want to do and you want to work on, sometimes I found with even myself, like I will hire a coach to help me do that. Even if I probably could do it on my own, the motivation that they give and knowing that you've paid for that already, for me, is enough. And I was just saying too that that's how I feel with my workouts. Do I know how to work out? Yes. Will I do it on my own? Probably not. I will pay someone to do it and tell me to do it and tell me to lift the weight and count the number of reps for me. Any type of coach like that. Sometimes we have to pay. We have to get out of our comfort zone. We have to try something new. And you just have to try. You have to be brave and be the RV mom like me and just try. Decide to do it and then do it. Don't wait around and put it off for another couple years, but just do it. So whether it's like launching something new in business, or for instance, you have a business and you haven't hired your first employee because you're nervous about it, just do it. Say yes to something new. And maybe it's to drive an RV like me, although reach out to me first because I'm going to just give you like the heads up on that. But growth is uncomfortable, right? And if you think about things in your life that you have done and you've grown, you're like, it was super uncomfortable. I was glad I did it, but hopefully I don't have to do it again. No, I'm just kidding. But you do have to do it. Those of us that want growth and we want success in our lives and business, it is inevitable. We have to do it. Well, I want to thank you guys for listening. This wasn't a super long podcast. I just thought you would enjoy my story and my little life lesson and get you through your day. So remember, get out there, be a money magnet, jump outside your comfort zone, and drive that RV. Click subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and let's make some money.